What is the most disturbing fact about the human body?
If your brainstem, the part of the brain that mediates most motor control for all of the body, is damaged, you can get locked-in syndrome. That means you're fully conscious and aware of your surroundings but unable to move or speak. The only muscles that remain unaffected in most people are the muscles that move the eyes and the eyelids. You're essentially trapped within your own body with your only way of communication being blinking or moving your eyes. It can be caused by toxins, blockage of the basilar artery, which is the main artery of the brainstem, or other brainstem damage.
Some people suffer from exploding head syndrome, which causes them to hear a loud bang when they wake up.
Not sure if this is by design, but I totaled my car once, almost completely uninjured somehow. Then I looked down to my right hand, which I remember jabbing into my dashboard at 55 miles per hour. Unluckily, only my pinky took the blow. But instead of a floppy udder full of bone sand, my pinky was 0.5 inches long. Broke no bones, but instead perfectly stacked my phalanges, or finger bones, into my hand. This is fixed by a muscular Russian nurse grabbing your pinky with both hands and pulling very hard. God, I wish they gave me more lidocaine. TLDR. Hit my pinky on dashboard, stacked finger bones instead of fracturing them. Edit. Thanks for golds.
If you have a surgery where they need to move your organs around, they might not function for a day as the body assumes that they are dead.
L&D nurse here. This is why we won't let post-op C-section patients eat until they fart. That way we know the digestive system is back online. If you eat too soon after abdominal surgery, you can end up with a paralytic ileus, which is where all the food just sits there until it gets thrown back out the top end. If you think C-section pain is bad, try a C-section plus vomiting. Edit. To clarify, when I say eat, I mean actual solid food, not clear liquids. It is always making disgusting body noises. The only reason you are not aware of it is because the ambient noise kind of drowns it out because your ears focus on it. If you go to one of those super silent rooms that absorb all sorts of sounds, it is a really weird way to reacquaint yourself with your body.
Your body knows all the answers of the biology exam but won't tell you.
Well, just this week there was a woman, local, in her late 20s who died of a toothache. She had posted on FB about needing a dentist over the weekend and decided to wait till Monday. Sunday morning she was gone. The infection went to her brain.
Thanks, I have a toothache.
I noticed this after my abdominal surgery. When I turned over in bed, my guts seemed to fall from one side to the other. Mentioned to my doc and she confirmed it was my bowels rearranging themselves.
Apparently the doctor just throws your intestines back in their higgledy-piggledy because there isn't a correct way to pack them neatly.
Stomach acid is very powerful. It would burn right through us if we didn't secrete mucus every few hours.
Which is also why we salivate excessively shortly before vomiting. It's our body's self-defense mechanism to reduce the acid damaging the esophagus. There's enough copper in your body to make a pair of headphones.
What kind of headphone? There's quite a difference between AirPods and massive over-ear headphones.
Big old clunky ones that go over your ears. Pretty bad quality though.
There are a vast number of ways that your body can malfunction and kill you with little or no warning. An aneurysm can go undetected until it bursts and kills you. Getting hit in the chest just the right way can stop your heart. You can encounter an allergen that never previously provoked an immune response that freaks out your body so badly that you die. You literally just never know if your body will just die.
They can come at any age too. My then 11-month-old son suffered a ruptured brain aneurysm 18 months ago. No symptoms leading up to it, and the surgeons told us there was no way to see it coming. The exact words were, "Unbelievably putty luck. Without a very fortunate, specific chain of events, we'd have lost him." After 15 hours of brain surgery, 3 weeks in a coma, PICU, bronchitis with reventilation and finally COVID, we were home 6 weeks later. He started walking in March of this year, and now following his latest assessment, he's not even behind developmentally. The human body is incredible. Edit. For all the people asking, he was 11 months when he suffered the aneurysm. He's now coming up to 2.5. I also wrote a much longer than intended link.
A third to a half of all fertilized ovum do not result in a viable pregnancy. They are expelled as a heavy period instead. Most women don't even realize that they miscarried.
Just experienced a chemical pregnancy a few weeks ago. At-home pregnancy tests and ovulation calendar apps are great, but you're hyper-aware of what's going on. Had 3 positive pregnancy tests and then 2 days later the heaviest period of my life.
Period cramps are essentially your womb suffocating itself. To get the uterine lining out of your womb during your period, your uterus has to contract. Sometimes, when the contractions are stronger, your womb squeezes its blood vessels so tight that oxygen can't reach them, which sends pain signals to your brain. Ouch. But wait, there's more. This process increases your production of chemicals called prostaglandins, which encourage more contractions of the uterus. There really is no mercy.
Excessive prostaglandins is also why some people get really nauseated or experience the aptly named period poops right before, at the start of their period.
That our own immune system can kill us by defending itself against intruders by basically blowing themselves up.
The tiniest injury to your brain can change your entire life. Depending on the part of the brain that gets hurt, you can lose your special, general senses, control over your own body, the ability to produce and/or comprehend language, your memories, your personality, etc. Remember to wear a helmet, everyone.
At the same time, there's parts of your brain you can lose and still be able to function completely normally. Poo is wild.
The prescription acne medication Accutane turns your bones green. I learned this working in a bone and tissue donor center where sometimes you'd get kids, or adults, who'd been on the stuff and their bones were either bright green or a darker forest green depending on how long ago, how many treatments they had. We wouldn't reject the donor or anything, the bones are still fine, they're just green. I have a lot of weird stories from this place. Edit. ***, it could be minocycline and not Accutane. All the processing techs I worked with swore it was Accutane though. Edit 2. ***, some people are sharing stories of Accutane and bright green wisdom teeth roots, so maybe it is both?
People with tattoos often have black lymph nodes from the body trying to get rid of the ink.
I did not know that. That is also incredibly fascinating and a tad disturbing.
You develop cancerous cells every day. But your immune system deals with it. Edit, usually.
Right up until it doesn't.
You have about 2 inches of penis length that is below the surface, but no amount of tugging will get it out.
Challenge accepted.
An estimated 60% of cancers arise from non-modifiable risk factors. In other words, they are not due to any lifestyle choices and they are not preventable. Edit. Source, link.
People that have severe epilepsy can get a procedure done to cut the corpus callosum, which connects the 2 sides of the brain, and allows them to talk to each other. Once this happens, your image identification side can't talk to your words side, and causes issues if you aren't able to look at an item with both eyes. Otherwise, patients act mostly the same. So if you were asked to cover UI that sends info to your language center, and then shown a ball to look at for your object identifying center, you wouldn't be able to tell what it is out loud. Your brain would still be recognizing it, but wouldn't be able to provide the word for it. As well as some other interesting stuff as talked about here, link. Fortunately, it is very rare to get this done these days as medication has become more effective, so this procedure is a last resort sort of thing.
My little sister was born without a corpus callosum. It comes with some hearing, learning, and vision disabilities, but it lets her do some weird poo too. Shush is fully ambidextrous to the point where she can draw with her left hand, pretty well too, and write normally with her right. She's colorblind in one eye but not the other, but the colorblind one is so sensitive to light she can see pretty well in pitch darkness. She gets an excuse to wear cool glasses that have one side blacked out.
Your butthole and your mouth originate from the same cell grouping during development, but the butthole cells form first, then the mouth cells from them. That means your mouth is from your ass.
Fun fact. Organisms which form asshole first are called deuterostomes, while organisms which form mouth first are called protozomes. Source. For some reason, I needed to know this for the MCAT.
You make and swallow between 1 and 2 liters of saliva every day.
People with pancreatic cancer can have a sense of impending doom weeks to months before being diagnosed. Edit, sorry for adding to your anxieties. If you aren't a middle-aged or older smoker, you shouldn't worry too much about this. If you are, please stop smoking. There are DG and behavioral therapies that can help you quit. I love you. Edit 2, as others have pointed out, there are other diseases that have this symptom too. You can freak out about this fact or just take the moral of the story. If you feel like something is wrong, don't wait, hesitation is defeat. Set up an appointment with your doctor, ask them what it could be and how they're going to determine what it is. Ask questions and take care of yourself.
People who are suffering from internal bleeding from like a crash or some other traumatic event also have an impending sense of doom. Some EMTs are trained to take people seriously when they say, "I'm going to die," even if they outwardly look fine.
It survives more trauma than people expect. People generally assume if you're hurt badly that you die quickly, but most often you do not.
There's a vastness between good health and death. Most of it sucks.
Good reason to find small things to be happy about when you can. Even when the ride is at a low point.
All those slimy bags and tubes on the inside.
Fun fact, if you have surgery, when they put your guts back inside they just toss them in all willy-nilly and sew you back up, then they figure themselves out.
Wounds and bone breaks are actively held together by your body, more specifically, the collagen it produces that acts like glue. If you don't eat enough vitamin C and get scurvy, you won't produce enough collagen, old wounds will reopen and long-healed bones could break apart again. Collagen also holds your teeth in, so they loosen and can fall out. Eat some fruit, folks. Don't push that parsley to the side of your plate.
Scientists once took a swab of the inside of an American man's belly button to observe the bacteria that lived there. They found bacteria previously only known to exist in Japan. The man had never traveled outside of the US. So you never know what other countries' bacteria you're carrying in your belly button.
If I remember correctly, an article discussing this experiment found that the bacterial combination in our belly buttons is almost as unique as our fingerprints. Your body will begin its inevitable decline decades before your mind does. You can mitigate it, but nothing can stop it.
Or you might be one of the unlucky few whose brain goes first, and slowly lose your personality and understanding of the world around you.
Adolescence. Most mammals hit adulthood in one clean break. Our kids hit a terrifying state of not being able to take care of themselves but capable of an hormonal hell bent on reproducing. Like, what kind of messed up series of horrors made that a biological advantage?
I think the fact that we have packs, or herds, helps. I have more doubt this would be this way if humanity wasn't like that. Older generations can help the new idiots keep their even newer idiot alive. Not a biologist or anything like that, but my theory. Like how orcas that have grandmothers helping raise babies end up with a better survival rate.
Pregnant women, if injured, the stem cells from the womb will go to damaged organs and rebuild them to protect the baby.
On the other hand, if the woman isn't providing enough nutrition to the fetus, the body will actively take calcium from her bones and other nutrients from elsewhere in the body to feed the fetus. Edit asterisk. This is getting a lot of attention and some people asked how to prevent this. So let me add, please get vitamin D, vitamin K2, for some reason, a lot of people don't know about this one, and loads of calcium. Dietary is better than supplemental, if you intend to have a child. I don't know if this will prevent things 100%, but it will help.
Hair in so many weird places. My butthole doesn't need hair.
Shaving your butt, and then trying to make a quiet fart makes you realize just how useful butt hair is. Grin like a clap of thunder.
Your immune system doesn't know your eyes exist. If it did, it would attack them and make you go blind.
I regret ever opening this thread.
Humans are deuterostomes, meaning as embryos the first thing to develop is an opening that will eventually become the anus. So at one point you were nothing but an asshole.
And some people never stop being one.
You can die of a broken heart. You can have your heart broken and become ill to where your body goes into survival mode and can shut down major functions.
Where is Padme? Is she safe? Is she alright?
It's full of poo.
You have a spine and support system meant for traveling on 4 legs. Basically, we've all got bad backs.
We are topologically a donut. We have a hole in our face that leads all the way to our butthole.
Thank you for watching. We upload new videos every day, so be sure to come back for more fun. Please consider liking and subscribing if you enjoyed the video.